and welcome to another episode of the G Show podcast. I am G1, and this is the Godzilla Block Party. Now, listen, we didn't do a block party last week. My bad. I was a little under the weather. The current state of affairs in the nation, nay, the world, is it's intense. It is intense. It is gripping. And honestly, last week I was feeling a little sick. I had to just sit out a week, man. I had to take my time, relax, and ease back into the swing of things. As much as I wanted to get on and talk, because I think it would have probably relieved a lot of stress and pressure that is going on in G1's head. But all that being said, we are back. We are here. It is IG1, of course, and my right hand when it comes to Godzilla on the G Show, my brother Chase, a.k.a. Megsy, a.k.a. G73. What's going on?
It's going all right, man. Just going along with the times like everyone else right now.
It is freaky stuff. It legitly is freaky stuff. And the thing is this, like at least the way I look at it, because I got to tell y'all, ladies and gentlemen, I've got to tell y'all, I shut everything down. I literally did. There's no more news on my phone. I'm not watching news. I've got the weather app, so I can look at how hot it's going to be in Vegas. I don't want to know nothing about no news. I don't care. I'm trying to stay away from all that stuff because the more I see things, the more my mind starts going crazy and the more I start hyperventilating. And that's normally not me. That really ain't me. And it's making me crazy. Like all of a sudden I've got anxiety through the roof and I'm like, why? Why? Because this is something real. And it's something we really can't fight. The only way we can fight this thing is to stay home, right? That's what they're saying, is to stay home and let this shit flatten the curve. And honestly, if y'all listening to this while y'all home, kudos, stay home. If you don't need to go out, stay home. I don't need to go out. I'm staying home. I am. I can't even lie. I'm here. My wife, unfortunately, she's got to go. She's what you consider an essential worker, so she goes to work. Thank God she works up the block from my house. So it's not like a long drive. It's not with a lot of people. Anyway, I'm rambling because that's what we do, and that's the state of affairs. That's what's happened to me, Chase. Like I'm rambling about this stuff I don't want to ramble about. It's I'm paranoid. I really am. And you know, this is what it is. You know, we watch movies. We watch giant monster movies. Hell, this podcast is dedicated to Godzilla and the kaiju genre, right? We watch these movies, and it is an escapism, right? It's escapist, beautiful, fun time for us, the fans, to just sit back and let go and live in this world. But we watch these movies, and we really don't live in these worlds. And I'm going to say something here that Gam Z1, I love you, brother, is going to appreciate, and you're not. But this shit right here is exactly what Anno was trying to do with Shin Godzilla. Okay? Listen to me. Hear me out here. You know I don't like that movie. Right? I know you don't like that movie. We love to poo-poo all over that movie all the time. I don't know why I said poo-poo. This is not a PG show. We like to shit all over that movie all the time. But never while watching a Godzilla movie have I ever felt, afraid. Like, you would root for Godzilla, even when he was a bad guy. You kind of root for Godzilla. You have fun, the special effects, all that stuff. You have a good time with it. But now, living in the world we live in today, there ain't no Godzilla. It's this thing, but it's keeping us indoors. It's keeping us afraid. It's keeping everybody on edge. That's what Godzilla was an allegory for, kind of. Not really. Well, yes, kind of an allegory for in Shin Godzilla. Like, be afraid. Be very afraid. Because something just could pop out of nowhere and wreak havoc across the globe. And honestly, I think Shin Godzilla was the one that captured that the best. And I hate to say that because I hate Shin Godzilla. Well, I still hate Shin Godzilla and I hate the situation we're in right now. I cannot stand this, the current state of affairs. It's scary, man. It's scary shit.
See, I had actually a couple weeks ago, I had a dream that like this coronavirus was due to a monster and Godzilla was going to rise up soon and destroy the shit out of it.
I would love something like that. Seriously. A super
and
cute
and then I'm seeing all the memes the other day. Godzilla was trending on Twitter for some reason because this guy made a post on Twitter just saying, add Godzilla to any title of a movie. And it was just like, I put Star Wars, The Rise of Godzilla. That's what I put. But anyways, that was the reason why it was trending, because all these people got on board and everything, and it was kind of cool seeing Godzilla trend for no reason. But people were like posting like memes of like, oh, like 2020 coronavirus. Oh, what's next? April, hold my beer, and it's Godzilla fucking rising out of the ocean.
Things like that is fun. So I'd be remiss if I don't mention that here on the 2nd of April, 2020, we don't mention that. As of yesterday, Pacific Rim happened. April 1st, 2020. The kaiju rise out of the ocean in the Pacific and wreak havoc up amongst San Francisco. Oh my God.
To be honest, if there were giant kaiju being involved in all this, I would be actually probably more acceptable. Yeah. It's like, oh shit, there's a crazy ass disease because of these giant monsters. Makes sense. It makes sense. There's something different about something you can see and something you can't. Right. So, and then again, if there's kaiju, it's like, well, let's join the resistance. All right, battle mechs.
That's right. If I'm going out fighting. But I don't want to bring this thing any further down than it is. Like I said, I cut all of the legit news out of my news feeds. I stopped watching the news on television. If only I can find a way to get rid of the news bar on YouTube, that would be exquisite. But I got rid of all that. So when I go on my Google feed, all I see now is geek news. Anything I like, whether it's comic books, movie news, which is another sad situation right now, toys, video games, and of course Godzilla. And I bring that up because today, as I go on, I see some Godzilla news. I was like, wow, look at this. That's kind of awesome. Magic the Gathering has a new card game. I'm going to tell you exactly what it's called. And I had no clue about this because I don't play Magic the Gathering. I've never been into any of card games at all, except for Uno and maybe Rummy 500. But when it comes to like card games like Magic the Gathering or the Pokemon back in the days or Yu-Gi-Oh, all that stuff, I never really got into none of that. But check this out. Magic the Gathering has a new like expansion pack called Ikaria, Lair of the Behemoths. And it had a trailer drop today for this. And it was pretty cool. I can't lie. It was a nice cinematic trailer. I was like, I'd totally play this game. Like if it was a video game. And not like a RPG, if it was like just an action base. But anyhow, it was pretty cool. Like this giant spider creature thing was ransacking this like bridge, this medieval bridge. And then there was like a bunch of dudes, like all the guardsmen were running, like, oh shit, we can't stop it. And all of a sudden an arrow comes out of nowhere and there's this like cool ass female chick looking like Robin Hood. She's throwing arrows at it. And then she calls upon one of her beasties. It's this cool flying like dragon tiger hybrid thing. It was awesome. I was like, whoa! And it starts fighting, this spider creature, and it was just pretty freaking cool, right? They beat the spider creature. It falls. She kind of like, gives her little creature a thumbs up. All of a sudden, this like red light goes on. It was kind of crazy. It was like the freaking Eye of Sauron from Lord of the Rings or something. It was like this giant tower. All of a sudden, it starts glowing red, right? And I'm like, what the hell? And the spider thing gets back up. The girl in the video, like all of a sudden she like, I don't know if she winks or she whistles. She whistles, and all of a sudden you hear Godzilla. And they don't show him, but you see his card, his Magic the Gathering card pop up. And I forgot the exact quote that was on it. Something to the effect of sometimes you need a bigger monster. Dude, I was blown away. And then I'm on Instagram and Godzilla's official Instagram page. They had pictures of these things, but they had Space Godzilla, good God Almighty, was that image freaking fantastic? Did you get a chance to see any of this?
Yeah, I did. I saw the trailer and I saw the Space Godzilla one, but I remember reading about like a week ago they were doing a Magic and Gathering thing with Godzilla, but it didn't really like occur to me at all because like I don't play Magic the Gathering, and with the current events there's a lot of Godzilla video game or card game stuff, and it's just same thing. So I didn't really think too much of it, but I watched that trailer today when you brought it to our attention, and I chuckled. I thought it was cool.
Yeah,
I like that '89 Godzilla, the card they're using in the Roar.
Right. I
just wish Toho would do the same with their Godzilla stuff.
Well, didn't they have a Godzilla game? Like, yeah, we covered this a while back. Games has it. There's a Godzilla card game.
Oh, yeah, I mean, just like with Toho's future with Godzilla, everything they're doing, you know, they put '89 as their poster Godzilla, but they don't use them anymore in films or anything.
I hear you. I honestly, I wish they would bring back the '89 as Godzilla, the official Godzilla look, you know, instead of Shin Godzilla. Get rid of that thing. God damn it.
Well, just the Roar, you know, they use that 60 or the 93 Godzilla Roar and stuff.
Yeah, look, we all know that the best Raw is the 54 Raw is fantastic, but the 84 Raw is the best, and that's what they were using. The 84 up to King Ghidorah, like, I think they tweaked it in King Ghidorah. That is just, there is something ferocious about that, but
it's powerful.
It's powerful. Those are the Raws, those are the Godzilla Raws that they need to use forever. That's Godzilla's Raw. Legit. Stamp it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that was a cool little thing today. Like I said, when I get rid of all the other like real world news, and then I see something like this, I'm like, oh man, that's awesome, and I really do. So, you know, for all those Magic the Gathering fans out there that are also Godzilla fans, please, this is right up your alley. This is perfect. And keep us posted. Like how's this go? Because I'm not gonna play the game. I won't. I can't invest into this. I'm not a card game guy, you know what I mean? But it's dope nonetheless. And I'll tell you, I can't wait to see some more images. Like, I want to know what else they have up their sleeve in terms of Toho Kaiju, because that Space Godzilla look was fantastic. I was like, oh my God. I loved it. But yeah, other than that, man, it's been kind of a slow news cycle. I mean, you know, there are a couple of things like, I don't know, Mondo made some cool posters, and that's pretty neat. But outside of that, I don't know. But what I want to talk about right now, real quick, is the idea of Godzilla vs. Kong actually getting pushed back. There's a lot of Godzilla vs. Kong stuff I would like to talk about, but this one I want to, like, I don't know, like, I haven't seen anything, you know, solid. I haven't seen anything official. If everybody plays their role and stay home and we get rid of this shit sooner rather than later, this conversation might be irrelevant, which would be great. But as of right now, like, it seems like Godzilla vs. Kong is still going to come out in November, but there is that slight possibility that this is going to get pushed back, and if it does, I'm thinking it's going to get pushed back to March 2021. Oh my God, no. No. What do you think? What's your take on this?
No, I actually thought the exact same thing last night. Look, Warner Brothers and Sony have delayed a big portion already of their 2020 movies, with Wonder Woman involved, the Scooby-Doo movie, whole bunch of movies that Warner Brothers and Sony have been doing. We're not talking about Sony, though, so I'll just stick with Warner Brothers. But they've delayed a lot of their movies to 2021. And I think that with the fact remains right now, with marketing being what it is and everything like that, Warner Brothers, even if they wanted to release the trailer for Godzilla vs. Kong at this point, they probably wouldn't, because there's no one to really market it to, because there's nothing they can really do with it. And now don't mean that doesn't mean that they couldn't market it and say, oh, the movie's coming out in November. But however, we don't know what the state of affairs are going to be like in the next couple of months. So I think at this point, it's kind of like, what's the point of doing that when we could easily shoot ourselves in the foot? And we say the movie's coming out in November with marketing going into fruition, but then we're not able to release it due to the coronavirus, no one going to see it, stuff like that. So I was thinking of the thing, this was kind of a little bit separate, but I was thinking that due to all of this, I think Warner Brothers is definitely going to wait until they know for sure it's going to be safe to release their film. And I think that that's just how it's just going to be. And it's not just Warner Brothers, it's everybody. You know, everyone's jumping on this, not bandwagon, but just taking the reality of what is. 2020 is going to be very minimal for films. And it's because no one's going to the theaters, you know, but also it's not safe, it's illegal, you know, so, excuse me, just with the turn of the events, it could be one of those things where we could see possibly Godzilla vs. Kong being pushed. I honestly believe that because let's say they say come May or June, it's safe to finally go out again and things are back to normal. You have to put into account that, for one, marketing, or not marketing, but just it's going to take a couple of months after everyone says it's okay for everyone to start feeling that it's okay. Because right now everyone's kind of paranoid with this coronavirus stuff. It's not going to be a thing where there's going to be like, oh, it's okay to go out again, and then everybody's going to start doing it. Sure, you're going to get people that will, but it's going to be a slow buildup, you know, to people going back out. So I think by that time, I think that Warner Brothers is not going to have a more flexible window for marketing their film, and that could be played into factor, because I think what Warner Brothers wants to do with Godzilla and Kong is that they want to make sure it has a healthy market window. They want to make sure it's going to be put out at a time where it's going to be a good place to put it. And I think, honestly, right now, there's probably not going to be anything coming out in November. There are movies that are going to be pushed. I think 2021 is going to be just packed for films, and that's going to be interesting to see. But I honestly think that Godzilla vs. Kong is going to be pushed, especially because, like I was saying, they haven't started marketing for it, so it's not like it's going to really hurt them. Just us Godzilla fans are going to be kind of bummed, but we're going to go see it no matter where they place it. But who knows, you know? So I guess we'll see. But that's just how I see it. But honestly, the thing that I was thinking about, it kind of made me optimistic, because I feel like with how bad things were going for Godzilla vs. Kong, whether you wanted to acknowledge them or not, I think this is kind of giving them a second chance. It's going to give them time to think about their film. It's going to give them time to figure out a marketing strategy that's longer. And yeah, it's kind of, I feel bad making light out of this situation, but we're talking about Godzilla, and Godzilla's my buddy. I'm going to go there. I think Warner Brothers is going to take the opportunity, and, you know, we'll see. You know, things could change, but I think it's going to give them a second chance. They could easily come out with a new strategy, a better strategy. And I think this is what I honestly think that, let's say, if Godzilla vs. Kong wasn't announced during King of the Monsters or before that, this is what it was going to be realistically anyways. So Godzilla vs. Kong would have been a 2021 film anyways. So I think that this could potentially be a good thing. Trying to make positivity out of all this.
No, I hate it. You know, you hit a couple of things that I was like, wow, you know what? Things started firing off in my brain. The marketing. Marketing is important nowadays. We know this. We saw what happened with Godzilla King of the Monsters. They dropped the first trailer a year before the movie dropped at Comic-Con. It was a dope trailer, don't get me wrong, it was. It wasn't the second trailer, which is the greatest trailer in the history of film trailers of all time. Because let's not make no mistakes. I don't care what nobody says. That is the greatest trailer ever made. That second Godzilla King of the Monsters trailer is all you needed in life. And that was it. That trailer is better than the movie. I'm just saying. But, that was done at Comic-Con. Now you had a whole year to start marketing and promoting, and they did. And they went in heavy and hard. And ultimately, it kind of backfired on them, right? Because the movie didn't really do as well as they thought, and they lost at the end of the day. They didn't make what they should have made.
Right.
With this, and we were talking about this a lot, with the pushback of Godzilla vs. Kong, especially to November, because remember, that was one of the biggest things. I was like, do it in November! Thanksgiving! Like, it's the best time of the year! And you know, that was even before they even announced they were pushing it back. We kept saying they should do it there. Well, I kept saying that they should do it there. And then they did. They did push it back, and they put it in November. And it was like, oh, shit, no, oh, this is perfect. Exactly where they want it to be. And they don't give us a trailer last year at Comic-Con, right? In 2019. But now here's the thing. Comic-Con is not going to happen. I mean, it has. I don't think it has been announced yet that it's shut down. But there's no doubt.
No, it has not been announced yet, but the thing is with things going, it's going to be.
Right. It really is. I think Comic-Con is going to be a casualty.
And I brought that up a couple of weeks ago, that there were rumors that Comic-Con was going to be canceled before all of this really hit the fan.
Right.
And now it's like, yeah, it's going to be canceled.
So here's the thing, and this is going to the marketing, and I don't work for any film company or nothing. I'm not a marketing strategist. But this is just what I think. So here you have Comic-Con. Tons of free publicity if you think about it, okay? Because you stack Hall H with a bunch of people, fans, not even Godzilla fans, just fans of the geek culture, right? And Warner Brothers come up with their panel. And in their panel, they're going to showcase... Wonder Woman would have been out already at that point in time because it was supposed to come out in June, right? We're talking July. They would have showcased whatever their slate is coming out, like the hardcore shit, and Godzilla vs. Kong, of course, would have been there. It would have had to have been there this year because the movie comes out in November. Here's the free publicity, because now you get a bunch of geeks like me, like you, right? But we're also Godzilla fans. So you've got those in the crowd also. But you get a bunch of geeks up in this Hall H, like us, right? Whether they're Godzilla fans or not. So let's say I'm not a Godzilla fan, and I'm in there, and that trailer knocks my socks off. I'm going right on social media like, oh my God, the Godzilla vs. Kong trailer. Holy shit. Y'all gotta see this. Unbelievable. And all of these boom, 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 free marketing schemes, right? That's in my head. That's how all companies do it. Not just one of that. That's how everybody's doing it. You know, whether it's for Marvel movies or DC, pretty much not for Star Wars. They really don't do nothing for Star Wars there, but especially Godzilla, Harry Potter, anything that's gonna get the geeks up. It's free publicity, and you know, with that being gone now. Yeah, you could totally just be like, all right, just drop the trailer on YouTube. But only the fans are going to find that, you know? Only us, the fandom, we're going to go after that. Oh, shit, they dropped the Godzilla vs. Kong trailer. Put it up, let's look at it. But all those people that were at Comic-Con at that Hall H panel, they're not going to care. They're not going to, because that's not their shit, you know what I mean?
Right.
So then, by that... They're not going to tweet out, oh, you got to look at this trailer, you got to see this trailer. And then through that, the people that they reach ain't going to look at this trailer. So I like, in terms of marketing, Comic-Con being canceled is, you know, it's rough, especially if your movie's coming out in November. Because how do you promote it? How do you promote it? Which brings me...
it'd be pretty... near to impossible at that point.
Which brings me
That's
to...
a short window.
Well, which brings me to my next idea. And you know, I'm always I'm always full of these crazy ass ideas. Let's go crazy, right? Hey, remember when I said a couple years back, and even last year, and probably even earlier this year, remember when I said VOD is the way to go? Remember that? Remember when Shin Godzilla, I was like, what Toho should do is just drop Shin Godzilla on VOD for those Godzilla fans who don't live in an area where they're playing it in the theaters. Remember that? Remember that? And what is it? Charge like $20. And look at what they're doing now. They're doing exactly that. Just do it. But all right, that's not where I was going. Where I was going is this. I've been around long enough to remember the old school way of marketing movies. It's through TV. And right now, everybody should be at home watching TV. Start it now. If your movie's coming out in November, tease it. Tease the shit out of people. And not like 1,000 different clips that's going to add up into the one trailer you do drop. Tease us. Drop the same thing over and over. That's what they used to do back in the day. Before the internet, before cell phones and computers. Well, there was computers, but it didn't do this. Nobody was communicating over the computers. That shit was a fucking pipe dream. That shit was a science fiction novelty. We are living in that day. You can do it now. TV, utilize it. Utilize the media that is out there right now. Because you can't do it at Comic-Con. And you can't wait for New York Comic-Con because you don't even know if that's going to happen. You know? You don't even know if that's going to happen. If you're going to put this movie out this November, hit the TV screens right now. And it's unfortunate because you know what would be the best times to do it, of course? Sporting events. There's no sports. There's nothing. But people on. And that's probably one of the hardest things about this whole situation. Netflix doesn't advertise. Amazon Prime doesn't advertise. I believe if you have a regular Hulu membership, they advertise. Start using Hulu. Use regular TV, the networks, and then Hulu. Use it. Use YouTube. Start putting shit up on YouTube. A lot of people are on YouTube. Netflix and Amazon Prime, you're not going to get anything. And I only use those two because those are the ones I have. But I'm pretty sure like HBO Now and all of those premium channels don't have commercials like that. But you get in right now at the ground level and go back to old school way of doing things. Just regular commercials. That starts setting the seeds. You plant the seeds now. And if you're coming out in November. And then we're off to the races. But I will also say on the flip side to that is, even if you're not coming out in November, start planting those seeds now. Get a jump on it now before anybody else does. Let me tell you something. Wonder Woman is supposed to come out, literally, it's April 2nd. I think it's supposed to come out on June 2nd. That's 2 months from now. We got one trailer. One! And they just canceled that movie. They postponed it last week. We got one fucking trailer. We've got 0 for Godzilla vs. Kong. Get on it now. Start it. Be the one to start this brand new revolution by doing a renaissance. And again, I use that word renaissance not lightly because I was screaming for a November release date because of the nostalgic feeling I had for Thanksgiving and Godzilla and King Kong movies. They always came on Thanksgiving. What? So now is the time. If you are coming out now, start rolling those out. And even if you're not, get a jump on everybody and start that now. You don't have to go crazy with the marketing scheme. You ain't lighting up no Dubai Towers today. You're just not. The world is in a crazy state. But give some people peace of mind. I shouldn't say give people peace of mind, but you can give people peace of mind by doing things this way, like just putting these trailers up, again, teasers. And then, of course, if it does get pushed back, I'd say a perfect Thanksgiving treat would be a fucking trailer. I'm still with my fingers crossed, hoping that this world comes together and we defeat this stupid-ass virus where we can get back to normal day-to-day things like going to the movies. Like, I do miss going to the movies. Like, I haven't... Dude, I've got my $40... Let me phrase that. I've got my $40 reserved right now to watch Invisible Man and Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm not even lying. I got my secret stash spot. And I still haven't done it yet because I'm like, I really did want to not really Sonic, but Invisible Man, I did kind of want to see it in theaters, and I know it's just weird, you know, it's just weird, but it's there. I have the funds for it. I could watch it. I don't know where I was going with that because there I am. I went on a tangent, then I came back, then I lost it. But with Godzilla vs. Kong, just, oh man, I think right now is a perfect time to start doing something. Start doing something. You know what I mean? Give people something, a tidbit of just little things. Because here's the deal. Without Comic-Con, you don't have the free publicity of the everyday person, right?
Right.
If they do, like, let's say we do kind of eradicate this by June. This is done. We get through it. And whatever comes next is probably like a CinemaCon that's only open to like the industry, you know, and the lucky select few. That's a lucky select few. It's not the same. You don't get that level of excitement from a crowded room of like-minded people. You know, whether you're a Godzilla fan or not, you're all in there because you want to see this stuff. Some people want to see some other things more than others, right? But I mean, we've seen those responses coming from Comic-Cons, how these trailers have rocked the house and people went crazy. Yeah. Yes, it doesn't equate to the actual movie coming out. And
it would have been a way different story for King of the Monsters if it came out November of 2018 instead of May 2019.
Absolutely.
Following that trailer that came out,
absolutely,
it would have been a way different story.
So I'm just saying, like, that's you know, that's my idea. The kind of like the VOD idea, which again, I'm so not opposed to. You know, honestly, I'll tell you right now, you want to get fucking crazy, let's get crazy. The movie's done. We know this. I don't even want to hear it. I don't care what you say about, oh, it's not really done. I think it's done. I think it's in the can. I think it's ready to rock and roll. Here's the problem. You're not going to be able to premiere it. You're not going to have the press screenings and none of that. VOD this movie, bro. Do it now. Do it now.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing you bring up because a couple weeks ago, Isa Gonzalez, I think her name is
Isa Gonzalez. Yep.
Eliza Gonzalez, what is that? But she was talking about the reshoots, and she said, I finished my parts of the reshoots. They're still doing reshoots now, but they're very, very minimal reshoots. They're not heavy reshoots. So that was kind of a good thing to hear because I remember there was that stupid news company, We Got This Covered.
Oh, boy.
They were causing a big scene about it, saying that they were doing massive monster heavy reshoots. And that was a load of bogus. And that kind of was the point. Like, I think everybody, I mean, it was something to think about, but the thing is that it wasn't true, which, you know, that's good to hear. But anyways, you bring up the point that, with minimal reshoots, you know, I think at some point, Warner Brothers is either going, and this is why I think Godzilla is going to be delayed to 2021. Warner Brothers is going to have to think about what are we actually going to do with our film, because now we're just sitting on it. And the thing is let's say, and I hate bringing this up, but let's say come 2021, this isn't getting any better. What is the film industry going to do to start making money? Because it's no one in the film industry right now making any money.
Yeah.
So it might have to just be the norm where movies come out on this platform where we have to pay high amounts of money to watch them. You know, like $30 for Godzilla vs. Kong, $30 for Wonder Woman. That's how they have to make a profit, and that's just how the way the world is. And it sucks, but they have to think at some point, what are they going to do? But with that being said, that's why I think Godzilla vs. Kong is going to be delayed to 2021, because let's put it this way. I think with the news of the 007 movie being pushed to November, I think Godzilla vs. Kong was going to be changed anyways.
Really?
I think they were going to I for sure thought they were going to delay it or push it back or make it come out earlier. I thought the date change was going to be pretty much set in stone. Just because I think Warner Brothers knows that their film probably wouldn't stand against a James Bond film. So I expected Godzilla vs. Kong to be changed anyways. I didn't think the November date was going to stick. It was either that or James Bond would have moved. Which, with the word of it being because of the test screening was bad, I definitely could have seen James Bond moving its November date. But with that being said, regardless, I think Godzilla wouldn't have stayed in November. I think the more of it, they would have changed it. And I think now it's kind of at the point where I think Godzilla vs. Kong's on hold indefinitely.
Whoa, okay, well, slow down, hang on, before we even get to that damn craziness that you just spat out of your mouth. That's crazy. That's crazy. You think that?
It is crazy. And I don't mean indefinitely like they don't know, well, it's actually, yeah, indefinitely as in they know they're going to release it, they just don't know when, and they need to know when, and they need to have a good game plan for it.
Okay. All right, so first thing, I don't think, in light of the situation at hand, that they would have moved Godzilla vs. Kong because of James Bond. I don't. And the reason why I say that is because twice, a Godzilla movie came out. The next week, a fucking X-Men movie came out. And now, granted, the last one was a dud. But in 2014, as much as I don't like Days of Futures Past, that movie killed Godzilla. Killed it. It came out a week after 2014's Godzilla came out. So, and they weren't budging. They did not budge. And they didn't budge again when they were like, oh, another X-Men movie's coming out when we put our movie here. Okay, whatever. Right? They didn't budge. So I don't think they would have budged for James Bond. It's a perfect spot. They playing off of nostalgia. And I think some people might have noticed that. Oh, you know what? Like I said, oh, nostalgia. This is perfect. If they do move it now, it is definitely because of what's going on in the world. But I don't think James Bond would be the reason it moved. You know what I mean? Because
do you think even with the circumstances with King of the Monsters, you don't think they would try and guarantee themselves?
Even with that, you know why? Because they pushed it back. They did that before anything of this virus, anything of the crazy circumstances of the world today. They did that. They did that to fix it.
But yet they changed Godzilla vs. Kong because of Fast and the Furious.
Which one? What are you talking about?
The one that was supposed to come out in May.
No, that movie, well, yeah, all right. And they put it to March. Granted. But again, then they pushed it all the way back to November. They weren't playing patty cakes anymore with these movies. You know what I mean? Fast and the Furious franchise has been unbelievably a crazy powerhouse. You know what I mean? And if that movie was even done, they wouldn't have pushed that back a whole entire year, which they did. Think about it. That movie wasn't finished. Everything they showed in that trailer, which was a dope trailer, I gotta be honest, best Fast and Furious trailer I've ever seen, and I don't even like those movies, but I think that was all they filmed. I swear to God, it was most of that shit was green screen. But what I'm saying is,
that Fast and the Furious game they debuted at the Game Awards looked exactly the same like their movie they were putting out.
It was crazy, unbelievable. It was like Bandai had it.
Or NECA.
So what I'm saying, like, I don't think they would have moved. Godzilla vs. Kong was in a perfect spot in November. They had ample time to do a good marketing without spending stupid amount of money. It wouldn't have been a year long. It would have been just right. Then we have these unfortunate circumstances. So if it does move, it's probably because of that. But I will say this. And I hate to say this because, of course, I want this shit to succeed. But after you look at the trend, it's not there. VOD this movie. Just let this be, honestly, let this be the test. You know what I'm saying? The toe in the water, if you will. Let this be the one they test it with. Because here's the thing. Anyway you cut it, right? Wonder Woman 2 is probably going to make more bank than Godzilla vs. Kong. Let's say they push Wonder Woman 2 back. I think they pushed it back, till August? If I'm not mistaken. Even that's kind of like not even legit. But let's say they pushed it back to November. Let's just say. Then maybe Godzilla's got to make a move, right? But let's say they pushed it back to November. If that movie's going to make more money than Godzilla regardless. It is. It just is. Because of the name recognition. The trailer was pretty freaking good. You know what I mean? And the first one was a surprise hit. It wasn't a roll your eyes type of movie. It wasn't Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey. Okay? Like, I enjoy Suicide Squad. I don't love that movie. I enjoy pieces of that movie. You know? I don't like the excessive music notes. It drives me crazy. But I enjoyed it. Did it need a sequel featuring Harley Quinn? Fuck no. Did that sequel featuring Harley Quinn do anything? It bombed. I did see it. It was alright. Ewan McGregor was the best part of the whole fucking movie. But you know, outside of that, it's what it is. Wonder Woman's a different beast. Wonder Woman is, was a surprise hit. Nobody gave that girl a fucking ounce of credit. I did with Batman v Superman. I was like, who the hell is this? She was in a Fast and Furious movie. Blah! Get out of it. See what I'm saying? Blah! Get out of here with the Fast and Furious shit. And she wasn't bad as Wonder Woman in Batman v Superman, but she totally knocked it out the park in Wonder Woman. I was like, holy shit, this is a good movie. And she's actually really fucking good. So I was anticipating Wonder Woman 2 as well as a million other people, right? So we knew that was going to make money. So you take Godzilla vs. Kong, and you say, all right, let's test these waters, and you VOD that shit first. If we can't get to the cinema, because here's the thing, I mean, sure, there's probably movies that, of course there's movies that are stalled in production, Jurassic Park 3, for instance, Jurassic World 3, pardon me. Everything is stalled in production right now. Like, nothing is filming. It's fucking scary. Nothing is filming. But what we got right now, what we got in the canon, let's not make no mistakes about this. You said something about indefinite, and this gives me fucking flashbacks to what was it? Cabin in the Woods. Cabin in the Woods was on the shelf for almost 7 fucking years. You know why that movie came out? I don't care what nobody said. You know why that movie came out? Because Chris Hemsworth became Thor. That's why that movie came out. Oh shit. This dude was in our movie 7 years ago, and look, he's like making $1 billion. Let's put the movie out now. But that movie probably would never have seen the light of fucking day. And it's a goddamn shame. That's a good movie. It's a good movie. But it probably would never have seen the light of day. So when you say indefinite, it gives me those, oh God, heart palpitations. I get nervous. You can't shelve Godzilla vs. Kong. But test the waters with VOD. Test the waters. Let that be your guinea pig. I would not be mad. And here's the deal. Here's the real deal, too. Us fans are going to go see it regardless. Watch it at home. Go to the movie. We're going in regardless. But what about those people who are not fans, okay? But have enjoyed this MonsterVerse? What about those people? Because they can't be, the percentage can't be 0. That's ridiculous. I'll put it like this. I have a friend who doesn't like giant monsters at all. Like, he's always making fun of me about it. And I'm like, fuck, all right. Yeah, okay, middle finger spin on it, right? But he saw Godzilla King of the Monsters and said, fucking text me. Text me. He was like, dude, what the fuck? And I was like, and that's not even a good movie. That's what I told him. And he enjoyed it. He loved it. Like, he enjoyed the shit out of it, which made him go back and watch Kong and like literally like just enjoy the thing. There's got to be other people like that. You know what I'm saying? There's got to be other people like that. So you test the waters. That's what I mean by testing the waters. You have a finale in a franchise, and if the situation at hand right now does not fix itself, if we don't help it fix itself, then I would totally press the button and VOD Godzilla vs. Kong. Because the intrigue and interest, and that's why I say you start your promotion now. You start putting those teaser trailers out on television, on Hulu, on YouTube now. You know when you go on YouTube, you go on your favorite video. Oh, watch my video right now on YouTube. All right, let's go watch whatever's going on in the world. Right? Not the world, but like your favorite geek world. And then there's a fucking commercial. You're like, oh, God. And you got to sit through it. Especially those 15-second ones. You can't even skip most of them. Like, shit. Give me a 15-second teaser trailer for Godzilla vs. Kong that you cannot skip. Dude, it starts. And then you put on VOD, whatever date. Fuck it. Keep it in November. You know? And do what Trolls is doing. In theaters and on demand, such and such date. Just in case the movie theaters are open back in September, and by November, we're like, okay, yes, we've had 2 months to get over this shit. The movie theaters have been open. Let's go back to the movies. That's my hope and wish. Honestly, that's the conversation I'd be having if I was in a boardroom, if I was talking about my movies.
And I definitely think like that would be actually a pretty smart play. Like right now, let's say, and that's actually interesting because we're now in April. April 12th was supposed to be the con where the rumor was that Godzilla vs. Kong's trailer was going to be released. So who knows what happens in the next couple of days, but I think that like that would be interesting. Let's say, they start marketing Godzilla vs. Kong come April just to put something out there. And then it does clear up by September. And all these movies put on hold right now that are being pushed that can't revoke their cards. Godzilla vs. Kong would probably have a secured ticket to have an audience.
Absolutely.
So that would be interesting to see, but the thing is, it's also hard because of right now everything's in doubt. And I think that's just where everything stands. As much as I think the VOD thing would have to be what would have to happen if this film was going to come out indefinitely. I don't think Warner Brothers is going to do that.
No,
I think they're in this for the business haul of it. And whether they see it or not, they're not going to do a play like that. Especially if it's a $170 million movie.
It's not that much considering what they've lost, is what I'm saying.
Right. That's true. But and the thing is, and who knows? This could all be a thing where they do push it back. 2021 comes out in March 2021 or some date, and everything's fine. But the thing is, we're all in this doubt, and we don't know exactly how everything's going to go. So it's kind of like a thing where, now let's say they talk 2021 and everything's still the same, then they might think about what they're doing with Invisible Man, Onward, Bloodshot, and all these movies that are going to like demand and stuff, and they might put the discussion of let's put it on TV for people to watch like that. But at the moment, who knows? Who knows?
Exactly. But, again, we live in legit scary times, and it's not even like a zombie apocalypse, for instance. Okay, if they're slow zombies, we might have a chance. Okay, people got to be smart. If grandma is dead and she's knocking at the door, that ain't grandma. You gotta put it in the head. Bang!
I propose we go to the graveyards right now and fill them all with cement.
Oh shit! We shouldn't Godzilla everything. We shouldn't Godzilla everything. We freeze them. Yeah. Oh my god! See how that comes right back around. No, but seriously, and that's the thing. Like that's the thing. This is a scary situation. The scary world we're living in right now. And with fingers crossed, we get through this. We ride this out, and all of this talk is irrelevant. And Godzilla vs. Kong does come out in theaters, and people do go see it, and it does make a little bit more money than King. You said 170 million.
Well, I don't know if that's the for sure budget, but knowing how Warner Brothers is, I mean, I would hope that it's not 170. I would hope that it's less than 150.
Okay, what was King of the Monsters budget? Do you know?
170.
Oh God, no. Okay, so all right, but to be fair, they did recoup that budget. It was the marketing that fucked them.
Yeah.
So again, this is what I'm saying. This is perfect. This is perfect.
And then also look at what 2014's budget was. That budget was very small too. I think it was about 110 million. Hold on. I need to pull this up because now I'm paranoid.
Well, too, the crazy thing with that though is Gareth Edwards. He makes small movies. Like that was the reason why he got brought on. He made that Monsters movie, which after multiple viewings, it's an all right movie. It's a different movie. You're not going to get monster action all that, but it's not like the second Monsters, which was nothing but monster action and gratuitous sex. It was crazy.
So 2014 was 160, and King of the Monsters was 170.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
Yeah,
I didn't realize 14 was that much. So and Godzilla vs. Kong is what?
150, but
and GVK is 150. According to sources?
Well, I don't know for sure. We don't know for sure if that's the budget yet. I mean, I don't, but...
Did you see any numbers? Is that like the number that's been tossed around, or would you just making shit up?
I saw a talk about it a couple weeks ago. They were saying Godzilla vs. Kong's budget was around 150, 160.
Okay, so it's right at that level. And again, and you gotta look at the trend. You gotta look at what these movies made. If G14 was 160, it made money though. It made money. If King of the Monsters was $10 million more, it should have made bank. Why it didn't? Because the marketing. Because they went crazy. You're buying, and don't get me wrong, it's fucking dope, but you're buying a damn near diamond-crusted Godzilla chain that says, come on, man, that's stupid. You don't need that. Why? I don't think that came out of the budget, but it might have. Who knows? And they just gave it to O'Shea Jackson, which is still one of my favorite parts of Godzilla King of the Monsters. But like the monumental effort to push Godzilla King of the Monsters backfired. And now if let's even say GVK is 160 million to 165 million. I'm being generous with that. They don't need to go to, add 100 million to 150 to 200 million more on marketing. When right now, you can't market to nobody. You ain't lighting up no goddamn towers. You ain't doing none of that shit. Hit the YouTubes, hit the Hulu, hit the fucking TV, hit Good Morning America, whatever the fuck is on NBC, ABC, CBS, Fox 5, WPIX Channel 11, all of that stuff on the CW, whatever you call it. Hit those. You got to do that if you want to make a little profit and if you want to test the waters for your bigger movies and put this out on VOD.
Here you go. My marketing play right now with the world right now for Godzilla vs. Kong. It's an Uber commercial, right? This guy's ordering McDonald's from Uber.
I'm dead.
Saying, I want a Big Mac, fries, stuff like that.
Oh my
So
God.
McDonald's and Uber are partnering up. The Uber driver goes to pick up the food, stuff like that. And he says on the phone, as he's looking up into the sky, he sees Godzilla and Kong. He's like, I'm going to have to make this one a quick one. I'm going to do it. And it's there to promote their delivery to you and the fact that Godzilla vs. Kong's coming. So they got to get there quick to you.
Are you telling me, oh my God, you just had a most genius idea. Are you telling me that in order to promote this movie and actually cut the promotion budget in half, you add a sponsor?
Yes.
Dude, it's genius.
Just like what's his name in the 62 Godzilla and Kong.
Yes, exactly that. Or, and dare I say, 1998 Taco Bell, Godzilla. Come on, it's genius. It's half the cost of marketing, and this is different. Oh my God, could you imagine? Godzilla versus Kong in like the Burger Game? Do you want a Big Mac or do you want a quarter pounder? Like, come on, let's go. Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. Supersize me all over again, bro. That might be a bad thing. We're all going to...
We're all probably going to be 100 pounds more overweight after all this.
Seriously, man. I'm telling you, it's not even... It's not even fair, bro. But no, dude, that's actually a genius idea. I love that idea. That makes so much sense, and it cuts marketing in half. Yes. Now, granted, you're probably not gonna see any McDonald's promotional shit in the movie. You know, let's say, but if they did that, though, if they took a brand...
I'm sure they could have Millie Bobby Brown and the one kid from Deadpool 2 eating McDonald's at some point in the movie.
One eating a Big Mac, one eating a quarter pounder, right? Like, let's just do it. But I'm just like, you know, outside of reshoots and shit, like, that's a great idea. I love that idea. And if this world was a different place right now, I'd say totally go with that. But it's a great idea. You cut the marketing budget, and everybody loves some McDonald's. Even if you don't love McDonald's, you love McDonald's. You know you love McDonald's. It's hypnotism right there. You know you love
McDonald's is the place you love to hate.
Exactly. You love it some way. But, I mean, yeah, so I think that's actually a genius plan, Chase. I love that idea. I really wish I would have thought of that. Jesus. But, yeah, I mean, because it's smart. It is very smart. It's very smart marketing. And you can do a lot with it. You know what I mean? You really can. And you get away with a lot. Your cost in half now. Or not, maybe not half, but they're lower than what they would have been. And you still don't need to reach the heights of King of the Monsters in terms of marketing. And that's very important. That's very important. That's a key right there. That's what you want to avoid. And that's why I thought, and I still think, the reason why they pushed Godzilla vs. Kong back, so they can say, okay, that didn't work, and they probably had the same amount of fucking potty humor, shit humor, in this movie that they had in King of the Monsters, and they was like, that didn't work. So and I think that's when Isaac Gonzalez was saying they're doing minimal reshoots. That's what I think. I think they're just taking out the jokes, and then like, all right, we took out the jokes, so your reaction's got to be a little bit different. When she says minimal, I honestly believe that's what it is. Just a different take. You know what I mean? Instead of like, oh, we gotta film this whole scene over again where you're running and dodging, you know, falling debris from these buildings because Godzilla and Kong are fighting.
We have to redo the scene where you get out of the you-know-who kaiju's mechanical head.
Jesus Christ, spoiler Chase! We can't tell them about Pacific Rim and Godzilla crossover here! Good God!
Jaegers?
April Fools, even though it's a day late, and by the time this podcast comes up, they're 3 days late. You know what I'm talking about. But 4 days, actually, maybe. I don't know. But, yeah, you know, anyhow, look, that being said, bro, let's wrap this up here. This has been a really good podcast, a fun podcast, and I, honest to God, hope that all of y'all out there can enjoy this escapism with us. So, Brother Chase, thank you, my brother, for being with me today.
Oh, absolutely. I was looking forward to this. I missed out doing it last week.
Yeah, so did I. I missed out too, but, you know, for those who don't know, I was, like I said at the beginning, I was out of whack. I was incapacitated. I could not do the podcast. So, but we are here, and hopefully we're here next week, and we can do it again. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on the Godzilla Block Party. I am G1, and we are out of here. Peace.